Hey guys, so it has definitely been a little while since our first post, but in the last 8 months or so, Chase and I have been able to do a lot of shooting. We went on our first hunt, and we have a lot of stuff to get you guys caught up on. So we wanted to take a couple of minutes and just recap the top 3 things that we both learned over the last 8 months about shooting, getting in the field, and putting together a successful hunt. Chase, what are your top 3?
So I mean, there's a lot. We learned a ton. I mean, it's tough to kind of narrow it down, but I would say, for sure, you want to make sure and practice as much as you can. I mean, that was the one thing for me I realized when I was out there is just you can't practice enough. You can't be ready enough out there. Another thing was, make sure and have, a really well set up bow. Make sure your peep is set the way you want it. You've got everything set the way you want it, so that when you're practicing, when you're getting ready, it's all there. It's all ready to go. And then, know how to do things yourself. That was something that I thought was really valuable, was being able to have, getting the thing to fletch my own arrows, and learning how to do that, and just trying to get better at just doing things yourself rather than having to rely on a shop. So
Yeah.
It was a crazy year. I mean, it was nuts. I mean, got so close to a pig. I mean, that first chance where they literally snuck up on me.
Right.
And then the last day where we got pretty close and just barely missed. So
yeah, that was definitely frustrating. And that was this wouldn't be one of my top 3 things, maybe it should be, but when I got home after hitting that pin again, like the pig that I shot at was kind of in a bush, and it was a bit shaded, but I feel like if I would have taken a little bit more time before the hunt to like really practice shooting on a target for a pig and knowing where the vitals were, I think I hit it a little bit back, and if I'm being honest, I was probably aiming a little bit too far back, just because I wasn't, like, in that moment, in the first hunt, I was like, man, I want to aim at the center, because I just want to give myself the, aim at the center of mass and just, hopefully get the job done. I'm so close, like, just get it done, and that was definitely the wrong, like, thought process. So for me, one thing I'll do different this year is, one, going back to the very beginning, I actually bought 2 bows this year, one off of Craigslist, and then I actually went to a good shop and bought a proper bow. 100%. And there's a bunch of little things that I've just spent money on that I probably didn't need to, so it's really worth it just to buy like less gear, but buy the right gear, buy the best gear that I personally can afford, because that stuff, like, when you're out there and you're in the middle of nowhere, you don't have cell service, and you just can only rely on what you have, that's when you really figure out whether or not your stuff is good. So it's worth having good stuff.
It's very true.
And even in particular, like my boots, like I really like my boots. I'm not going to comment on the brand, but in the first stock that we did, every step I took with my right foot, my boot was squeaking. I was really unhappy with that. And I bought like decent boots, but they're definitely not like Crispies or Danners or something like that. So
I loved mine, and mine were Danners.
Yeah,
and they were phenomenal.
Nice for bringing that in. So number one,
warm and cozy.
Oh, stop it. But I would say definitely buy the best gear you can afford. I'm going to practice a lot more with my bow. I shoot a lot. I feel like I shoot a lot anyway, but I need to shoot more. I need to shoot more consistently. I do it like in big batches where I'll spend 2 hours a day shooting, and then I won't shoot for 3 more days, and then I go back to the beginning.
Sun's coming out.
I know, speaking of shooting, so we're gonna wrap this up. But
yeah, it was raining, so we were postponed our shoot. But
I'm gonna get an animal target to practice on, because knowing, like, training your mind to shoot in the right area to get the vitals, I think is something that I didn't take seriously enough. This year I'm definitely going to buy less gear, but more quality gear. And then just in terms of training, like, one thing that surprised me was, because Chase and we do a lot of like long distance hikes, but it's not always the most challenging in terms of like elevation changes up and down. In the half day that I had my phone on me, we hiked 5 miles and climbed 160 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
So and that was a half a day. So this year, focusing on running stairs, climbing up steep terrain, that's way more critical than being able to just go in a straight line for a long time. So hopefully,
Yeah, I've been doing the stairs at the gym.
Doing the
stair
Stairmaster.
climber. Oh yeah. Like half an hour is about 100 flights for me. I do in like half an hour. I do about 100 flights. It's pretty crazy.
do you do the cool little like leg kickbacks that all the girls do at the gym too?
How do you do the leg kickbacks? I haven't seen
I don't know.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
More videos on that later.
More videos on leg kickbacks.
But we will absolutely do our best to be a little more consistent this year about posting videos, and feel free to leave us any comments.
Oh, yeah.
But get out there, practice, and I hope some of these things that we learned over the last year help you guys accelerate your growth. So happy
All right.
Saturday. Take care.
Get out there and shoot.